Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn about the issue that's about to explode on the bold and the beautiful, a tangled web of love, revenge, blood ties, and long-buried secrets that threaten to destroy the fragile lives of several characters. This time, it's not just about betrayal or romance. It's about identity, legacy, and vengeance driven by family history. The center of the storm? Daphne, a woman whose past has finally caught up with the present. Let's break down everything that's happening and where this is all leading. In recent episodes, Daphne has once again made her intentions crystal clear. She's in love with Carter Walton, and she wants a future with him. Her confession is bold and emotionally charged. She speaks from the heart, laying all her cards on the table. She tells Carter that he's the only man she's ever truly connected with and that she believes they're meant to be. But Carter doesn't return the sentiment. Instead, he tells Daphne that he has reunited with Hope Logan. Their bond, tested by betrayal, misunderstandings, and manipulation, has found solid ground again. Carter has moved forward with Hope, leaving no room for Daphne in his future. His tone is clear. Respectful, but final. This rejection sends Daphne into a storm of fury. She isn't just heartbroken. She's livid. And her anger isn't only about Carter, it's about Hope. Once again, in Daphne's mind, Hope has taken something from her. First, admiration from others. Then opportunities at Forrester Creations. And now, Carter, the man Daphne set her sights on, has chosen Hope. But this isn't petty jealousy. Daphne's hatred runs far deeper. It's rooted in a secret that no one else knows, at least, not yet. Daphne is Hope's half-sister. Yes, you read that right. Daphne and Hope share the same father, Deacon Sharp. Years ago, when Deacon was living in France, during a stretch of time in which his life was full of reckless decisions and whirlwind affairs, he had a one-night stand with a woman he barely remembered the next morning. They went their separate ways. Deacon never heard from her again. He never knew she got pregnant. He never knew a daughter came from that night. That daughter is Daphne. Daphne grew up in France, raised by her single mother. But she always knew the truth. Her mother told her everything. Not to romanticize it, but to explain the man who wasn't there. As Daphne got older, she began to follow Deacon's life from afar. She saw his involvement in Hope's life. She saw his return to Los Angeles. She saw how much he tried, despite his flaws, to support Hope. And all of that fueled one thing in Daphne: resentment. From Daphne's point of view, Hope had everything. A father. A last name. A future. Meanwhile, Daphne grew up in the shadows, without any part of the Sharp family. The pain hardened into envy. And envy into revenge. That's why she came to LA. Daphne's entire purpose for arriving in Los Angeles was not just work, it was personal. She didn't want to reconnect with Deacon or meet her sister. She came to take everything Hope had. Slowly. Methodically. Her first move? Infiltrate Forrester Creations. She secured a position, gained Steffi's trust, and positioned herself close to everyone in Hope's professional circle. Her second move? Target Carter. Hope's love life has always been complicated: Liam, Thomas, even moments with Finn. Daphne saw an opening and went for it. She played the role of confidant, supporter, seductress, anything to wedge herself between Hope and Carter. For a while, it seemed like the plan might work. Carter and Hope had drifted apart. Daphne got close to Carter. Even slept with him. But in the end, love prevailed. Carter and Hope reconciled. and Daphne was left on the outside again. Now, the rage that Daphne had long buried is rising fast. Her rejection by Carter wasn't just romantic, it felt like another confirmation that she would never escape Hope's shadow. Daphne's quiet resentment has now fully evolved into a plan for complete personal destruction. She wants to take Carter from Hope. Even if it means manipulating, blackmailing, or sabotaging their relationship. And she won't stop there. Daphne's next target is Hope's career. She's already studying Hope's designs, her collaborations, her connections inside Forrester. Daphne is positioning herself to undercut Hope's reputation, maybe even frame her for sabotage or intellectual theft. She's already started whisper campaigns, manipulating junior staffers, and planting doubt in the minds of key decision-makers. But things may not go according to plan. Because there's one person who may recognize Daphne, and change the course of everything, Deacon Sharp himself. In a chance meeting at Il Giardino, Deacon sees Daphne across the room. Something about her strikes him, not just a sense of familiarity, but something deeper. She looks exactly like the woman from France. The resemblance is uncanny. The memory he had all but buried suddenly resurfaces. He approaches Daphne, unaware of the truth. Their exchange is brief but tense. Daphne plays it cool, but something in her eyes betrays her. She's rattled. She didn't expect Deacon to notice. She didn't expect this moment to come so soon. Now, Deacon is left wondering. Who is this woman? Why does she look like someone he used to know? Why does she remind him of a past he's tried to forget? And what is her connection to Hope? Sooner or later, the truth will surface. And when it does, it won't just be a family secret. It will be a revelation that shatters every relationship around them. Hope will learn that the woman trying to steal her life is her own sister. Deacon will be forced to face the consequences of a decision made decades ago, and come to terms with a daughter he never knew existed. Carter will be caught between two women who represent the deepest wounds of his past. And Steffi, Brooke, Ridge, and the rest of the Forrester circle will once again be pulled into a personal war masked by professional ambition. As The Bold and the Beautiful continues this new chapter, fans can expect high-stakes emotional drama, confrontations, explosive reveals, and a reckoning years in the making. Daphne isn't just another villain. She's a wounded woman seeking recognition, revenge, and power, and she won't stop until Hope loses everything. But what happens when the truth of their sisterhood finally comes out? Will Hope try to reconcile? Will Deacon embrace Daphne as his daughter? Or will this story end in betrayal, heartbreak, and war? Next, we will dive deep into the captivating yet frustrating dynamics between Taylor Hayes and Brooke Logan on The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans of the long-running soap opera have been vocal about their disappointment with the direction the writers have taken regarding these two iconic characters. What started as a promising storyline of unity and mutual understanding has devolved into a repetitive cycle of rivalry over the ever-charming Ridge Forrester. In this extended exploration, we'll unpack the missed opportunities, fan reactions, and the potential for a refreshed narrative that could reinvigorate the show's appeal. Let's explore the layers of this storyline with fresh perspectives, inventive twists, and a closer look at what could have been, and what still might be. The seeds of a groundbreaking plot were sown back in 2022 when Taylor and Brooke, after years of bitter contention, took a surprising turn by setting aside their differences. They came to a mutual realization that Ridge, the man at the center of their decades-long tug-of-war, might not be worth the emotional turmoil. This moment was a breath of fresh air for longtime viewers who had grown weary of the endless back and forth. Picture this, two fierce, independent women sitting down over a cup of coffee at a chic Los Angeles cafe, laughing over shared frustrations and vowing to prioritize their own happiness over a man who seemed perpetually indecisive. It was a scene that could have launched a powerful friendship, one built on mutual respect and a shared history of heartbreak. Fans imagined book clubs, late-night confessions, and even joint business ventures as these two powerhouses redefined their lives beyond Ridge. However, this potential goldmine of a storyline fizzled out quicker than a summer romance, leaving fans scratching their heads. Almost as soon as this tentative truce was formed, the writers pulled the rug out from under it. Brooke and Taylor, as if under some inexplicable spell, reverted to their old ways, each declaring Ridge as the ultimate prize worth fighting for. Was it a sudden rush of nostalgia that made them forget their newfound clarity? Or did the writers simply lack the courage to deviate from the familiar love triangle that has defined the show for decades? Imagine if, instead of this abrupt U-turn, the storyline had explored deeper emotional stakes. Perhaps a moment where Taylor discovers an old letter from Ridge that reignites her feelings, or Brooke stumbles upon a memory of their happier times during a family gathering. These nuanced triggers could have added depth to their regression, making it feel less like a plot convenience and more like a tragic human flaw. Instead, the audience was left with a sense of déjà vu, watching the same old battle unfold with little variation. The question looms large. Is Ridge truly the endgame for both women, or are they caught in a cycle they can't, or won't, escape? The fanbase, ever passionate and opinionated, has taken to social media to express their collective frustration over this squandered opportunity. One viewer passionately wrote, "I'm still fuming that this storyline was abandoned so quickly. Why dangle such a fresh idea in front of us only to snatch it away?" Another fan reminisced about the potential of a Brooke-Taylor alliance, saying, "They could have been an unstoppable duo. I miss Krista Allen as Taylor, her portrayal had such depth and charisma that made every scene electric." Krista's interpretation of Taylor, indeed, brought a unique vulnerability and strength to the role, making fans dream of pairings beyond Ridge, perhaps even unconventional friendships or romantic subplots that could have pushed boundaries. Imagine fan conventions buzzing with excitement over Brayler, a quirky portmanteau for Brooke and Taylor, as supporters rally for a storyline where these women team up to navigate life's challenges, from family drama to personal reinvention. Comments like "I'm exhausted by them clawing over Ridge, who's as bland as toast," highlight the audience's hunger for something new, something daring. The nostalgia for Krista Allen's Taylor also sparked discussions about the character's broader impact on the show's ensemble. A fan tweeted, "Krista's Taylor had chemistry with everyone, she could have been paired with anyone, and I'd have watched every second." This sentiment underscores a broader desire for the writers to break free from the predictable formula that has governed the bold and the beautiful for far too long. What if Taylor, inspired by her brief camaraderie with Brooke, had explored other connections, perhaps mentoring a younger character or striking up an unexpected bond with a rival family member like Bill Spencer, blending business intrigue with personal growth? Such a plot could have showcased Taylor's versatility while giving Brooke space to redefine her own path, maybe through a solo journey of self-discovery or a new passion project like launching a fashion line inspired by her past triumphs and failures. Fans aren't just asking for change, they're begging for innovation that respects the characters' histories while pushing them into uncharted territory. Looking ahead, the burning question remains. Will Brooke and Taylor ever mend fences and form a lasting friendship? The potential is still there, waiting to be tapped. Imagine a dramatic turn of events where a family crisis, perhaps a health scare for one of their children, forces them to work together, rediscovering the strength in their unity. Picture late-night strategy sessions at Forrester Creations, where they blend their unique skills to save a loved one, laughing over old rivalries as they realize how much stronger they are as allies. This could be the catalyst for a renewed bond, one that challenges Ridge's centrality in their lives and shifts the focus to their own agency. The writers could even introduce a new character, a mutual friend or therapist figure, who helps them navigate this complex history, adding fresh dialogue and perspectives to their interactions. The fanbase, still buzzing with Brailer enthusiasm, would likely rally behind such a development, flooding online forums with theories and fan fiction about where this friendship could lead. Next, we will uncover the heartwarming news surrounding Don Diamont, the beloved star of The Bold and the Beautiful, as he celebrates not only his incredible milestones in the entertainment industry but also a deeply personal triumph in his family life. With a career spanning decades and a legacy cemented at CBS, Diamont has much to be thankful for, and the recent graduation of his son, Anton Amble, from the University of Las Vegas, UNLV, has added another feather to his cap of achievements. In this expanded piece, we'll dive into the details of Diamont's remarkable journey, the inspiring story of his son's success, and the outpouring of love from fans and peers alike, weaving in fresh perspectives and imaginative touches to paint a full picture of this joyous occasion. Don Diamant's career is a testament to endurance and talent, a journey that began over 4 decades ago when he first graced CBS screens on The Young and the Restless in 1985. For 24 years, he captivated audiences with his charm and intensity before transitioning to The Bold and the Beautiful in 2009, where he has now spent 16 transformative years as Bill Spencer. Picture a young Diamant stepping onto the set for the first time, wide-eyed yet determined, unaware that he would become a household name synonymous with soap opera drama. His 40-year tenure with CBS is not just a milestone but a rare feat in an industry known for its fleeting fame, marked by countless storylines of love, betrayal, and redemption that have kept viewers glued to their screens. Beyond the glitz of Hollywood, Diamant has often spoken about the grounding force of his family, and this latest celebration of his son's graduation adds a deeply personal layer to his public persona, reminding us that behind the larger-than-life characters are real-life stories of pride and perseverance. The spotlight recently shifted from Diamant's on-screen achievements to a milestone that tugs at the heartstrings, his son Anton Amble's graduation from UNLV. On May 16 and 17, the university hosted 3 grand ceremonies to accommodate approximately 3,500 graduating students, and among the sea of caps and gowns was Anton, a shining star in his father's eyes. Imagine the sprawling UNLV campus buzzing with excitement, families gathering under the warm Nevada sun, and Diamant, a familiar face to millions, sitting in the audience with the same nervous anticipation as any other parent. Anton's journey at UNLV was nothing short of extraordinary, balancing academics with an athletic career as the starting left tackle for the UNLV Rebels football team. Diamant took to Instagram to share his immense pride, painting a vivid picture of Anton's transformation from a freshman on a struggling team to a key player in a record-breaking 11-win senior season, a stark contrast to the mere 2 wins of his first year. This turnaround wasn't just about sports. It was a story of grit, late-night study sessions, and a young man forging his path with determination. Anton's achievements on the field were matched by his dedication in the classroom, earning him a spot on the dean's list while pursuing a degree in business finance. Diamant's Instagram post burst with emotion as he described the blood, sweat, and tears Anton poured into his dual roles as athlete and student, culminating in an LA Bowl victory and UNLV football's historic ranking as the 24th team in the nation, an unprecedented achievement for the program. Envision Diamant and his family cheering wildly from the stands during those pivotal games, their voices hoarse as they witnessed history being made, and later, celebrating poolside at a graduation party where laughter and memories flowed as freely as the refreshments. Diamant affectionately nicknamed his son Tanker, a nod to his unyielding strength, and shared, "I couldn't be prouder of all that you've accomplished. It was such a joy to be along for the ride." This personal touch reveals a side of Diamant that fans adore, a father whose greatest role isn't on screen but in supporting his child's dreams. The celebration extended to social media, where Diamant posted a heartfelt collection of memories capturing the essence of Anton's milestone. The images painted a vivid story, a family portrait in front of the iconic UNLV sign, with Anton beaming in his graduation attire, the title "And That's a Wrap" emblazoned proudly. A video of Anton striding across the stage to receive his diploma, his arm raised in a triumphant gesture that seemed to echo years of hard work, snapshots from his football seasons, showcasing the intensity and camaraderie of the game, and a lively clip of graduates erupting in cheers as the ceremony concluded. Imagine the flood of emotions as Diamant scrolled through these moments, reliving each victory, both academic and athletic, while crafting a caption that resonated with thousands of followers. One can almost feel the warmth of a Nevada afternoon at that poolside party, with family and friends toasting to Anton's future, perhaps even joking about whether he inherited his father's flair for drama on the field instead of a soap opera set. The response from Diamant's peers and fans underscored the universal joy of this moment. Laura Lee Bell, a former co-star from The Young and the Restless, chimed in with celebratory emojis, a digital high-five from one soap veteran to another, while General Hospital star Eva LaRue added, "So awesome, congratulations. Love you guys so much." Her words encapsulated the tight-knit nature of the daytime TV community, where personal victories are shared with genuine warmth. Fans, too, flooded the comments with messages of admiration, one noting the serendipity of the moment by sharing, "Congratulations to your son on his hard work and dedication. My daughter graduated UNLV that same morning. Couldn't be more proud of all the graduates." Picture the virtual hugs and shared pride across social media platforms as strangers connected over a common thread of parental joy, turning Diamant's post into a celebration not just for one family but for an entire community of UNLV supporters and soap opera enthusiasts. Looking ahead, this milestone for Anton Ambul is just the beginning, and for Don Diamant, it's a poignant reminder of the legacies we build both on and off the screen. One can't help but imagine future family gatherings where Anton's college stories, those grueling football practices and late-night study marathons, become cherished anecdotes, perhaps inspiring younger siblings or cousins to chase their own dreams with the same fervor. For Diamant, balancing a high-profile career with fatherhood offers a narrative that resonates deeply with fans, many of whom see parallels in their own lives of juggling work and family. Perhaps this moment will even weave its way into the bold and the beautiful through a subtle storyline where Bill Spencer reflects on his own children's milestones, adding a layer of authenticity drawn from Diamant's real-life pride.